This is It Was a Thing on TV.
Total Red Man has ever done something like this to me! It's, time!
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the dregs of humanity!
Episode 294, submission number 1405, Marblehead Manor. Marblehead Manor aired in syndication and on NBC's primetime starts at 7:30 from September 19th of 1987 to May 28th, 1988 for a total of 24 episodes.
It's a grand life. It's a grand life. It's an I've got the world in my hand life. It's a fairy tale land life. There's never any reason to wander very far. We're lucky to have landed where we are. It's a grand life. It's a grand life. It's an almost more than you can stand life. Strike up the band. It's a grand life.
So if you remember, Greg, and by the way, at least for now, Greg is the only person who's with me because Chico's having some life stuff going on. If you remember, Greg, back in episode 61, so we're talking well over 2 years ago at this point.
Wow, 2 years ago.
Yeah. We talked about primetime begins at 7:30 on NBC, which consisted of this show, Marblehead Manor, on Mondays. And then Tuesdays, you had She's the Sheriff. On Wednesdays, you had You Can't Take It With You. Thursdays was Out of This World. And probably the only of these series that is in never cover territory, because it was a fun show. I loved Out of This World, and I'm not saying that because my Little League coach in like 1984 was the boyfriend of Evie on that show. But also on Friday, and we talked about this previously, was the revival of We Got It Made.
Yes!
And we talked about We Got It Made previously on episode 66.
66. 3 short of 69.
Oh, geez.
If you turn the 6 around, it is a 9. So if you look at it, maybe you could kind of imagine it's episode 69.
Wrong!
So like I said, episode 66 was We Got It Made. Now, Marblehead Manor, the best way to describe it is just the eccentricities of a very rich family and just the goofy stuff that goes on their estate. And among the people working at the estate, since obviously, rich people, you had a butler and head of household staff named Albert, who'd known the main character, the patriarch of the family, since they were little children. And there's a groundskeeper, Rick, who had a thing for the maid of the house.
Ooh.
Yes. You had a chauffeur named Jerry, a handyman named Dwayne, and the wife who comes across as very materialistic named Hillary. And rounding out the people in the manor, not in the family themselves, is Lupe's mischievous son named Elvis.
Elvis!
Elvis, yes. And we should add that Randolph, the way he got rich was due to his family's corn oil fortune. Corn oil. Okay. So basically, this show just revolved around the hijinks that happened at Marblehead Manor, at this palatial estate. Let's go over the cast because there's some actual big names in this cast.
Oh, yes, there is.
There are more than just a few names that are big and people that we've talked about in the past. So we'll start off by talking about the patriarch of the family, named Randolph Stonehill, played by Bob Frazier. Where would you know Bob Frazier from? He was more of a producer type than an actor. He produced, how about this for a variety of shows? Well, first off, he was a producer on Marblehead Manor. So he starred on the show that he produced. But also he was a producer on Benson, big show in the early 80s. He produced previous entry, Condo.
Oh.
And he also produced on Wipeout, the syndicated Peter Tomarkin show, not the ABC show. He produced 3 episodes of Marblehead Manor. He produced 68 episodes of Benson, co-produced 37 of them. He also did Full House. He was a supervising producer on 11 episodes of Full House.
Wow.
Yeah, he did quite a bit. In terms of acting, he did actually play a senator on 12 episodes of Benson, and it looks like it's the final season of Benson. Looks like it's 1985-86.
Okay, yeah, 85-86 was Benson's last year.
Yeah. So he's more of a behind-the-scenes name than anything else. Playing his darling wife, Hillary Stonehill, Linda Thorson. Linda Thorson may best be known as the person who replaced Diana Rigg on The Avengers in the late 60s.
She was not quite Anna Blackman or Dame Diana Rigg.
Yeah, and Al Bundy can vouch for that because on an episode of Married with Children, him and Jefferson ordered a set of VHS tapes for The Avengers, and they were excited to see Emma Peel kicking with her legs and seeing Peel cheeks. And I'll put the clip here. They were just a little disappointed that the episodes they got were Linda Thorson episodes.
Well, honey, yes, I'm excited for you, but you know me. I don't get all gushy and emotional.
The tape's here.
Wait a second, Jefferson. This isn't an Emma Peel Avengers. This is a Linda. We couldn't get anybody else to do the show Thorson Avengers. Jefferson, we've been hornswoggled.
And you know what? And you know what? I bet it was like I bet it was one of those crappy like Time Life VHS sets they bought.
It had to be. And also remember, this is the mid to late 90s. So you know, for like 3 episodes or 4 episodes, it was like $40 a tape.
Oh, for sure.
And then you got a new tape every like 3 months, and eventually you had the whole series, and then VHS became obsolete and you had to buy the whole series on DVD. That's how it works. That's how they get you. Starring as the butler, Albert Dudley, that I mentioned earlier, is Paxton Whitehead. Paxton Whitehead, you may remember Paxton Whitehead as Hal Conway, primarily on the last season of Mad About You.
Yes, the original version, because there was that one weird reboot season. I think that was like exclusive if you had Comcast, which is like weird. What?
I was never a big fan of Mad About You, so
I wasn't
it's all news
either.
to me.
No. Hey, if I want my Paul Reiser fix, it's going to be for on My Two Dads or Stranger Things. So,
yeah, that works. Playing the chauffeur, Jerry Stockton. This is a name we talked about 2.5, 3 weeks ago with Mr. Merlin. Phil Morris, Jackie Childs himself.
that's right.
And Greg, you're not going to believe it. I'm going to pull this up because it's right behind me. It's still sealed. One of the 2 bags of the cheddar cheese pretzel pieces
From Snyder's.
from Snyder's of Hanover. I still haven't touched it. It's been here for 3 weeks. But Noodles has started to chew the bag, and she wants to get into this more than I do, apparently.
You have no idea how much I cheer whenever I see that ad on Freevee during Young Rock.
It's a great ad if you haven't seen it.
Yeah.
And I've seen it on linear TV, so it's out there. But like I said, where we would all best know him, is Jackie Childs on Seinfeld.
Did that cigarette warning label mention anything about damage to your appearance?
No, it didn't say anything.
So you were a victim. And now your face is sallow, unattractive, disgusting.
So, Jackie, you think we got a case?
Your face is my case.
But also, his daddy is Greg Morris.
That's right. Password legend Greg Morris.
Absolutely. Well, Phil Morris is a Match Game 98 legend, if that even exists.
Yeah, that is right. He was on Match Game 98. The Michael
Quite a
Berger
bit,
version.
yeah. He wasn't a regular, but he appeared semi-frequently.
Semi-regular on Match Game 98. So
Yeah. Playing Dwayne Stockton, who's the handyman of the manor, is Rodney Scott Hudson. And really, he has 2 credits to his name on IMDb. This and a TV movie called Dinner at 8, where he was a wine steward. I'm guessing like a sommelier type.
who is in Dinner at 8?
Who's in Dinner at 8?
Yes, I want to know who's in Dinner at 8.
John Mahoney.
John Mahoney!
There's actually some names here. Listen, oh my gosh, there's some names here. John Mahoney, Marsha Mason, Charles Durning, Lauren Bacall.
Lauren Bacall in a TV movie?
Lauren Bacall. This is obviously right near the end of her life, I'd assume. But yeah, Lauren Bacall, Harry Hamlin,
Harry Hamlin!
Joel Brooks,
Oh my god, Joel Brooks!
and Julia Sweeney.
Oh, this is a great... Oh, well then we're gonna put this on the list, damn it. Dinner at 8. There you go.
If we can find it. Oh, actually, Lauren Bacall, this by no means was her last role. She passed away. I didn't know she passed away in 2014.
Yeah, because I think, wasn't she nominated like in the 90s, I think, for like an Oscar in like 97 or something?
She may have been. I really don't know. It's just, she's a legend.
She did do some stuff with Humphrey. Weren't they married, her and Humphrey Bogart?
I think at one point they were.
Yeah.
Jason Robards was married to her at one point.
Yes! Because I remember, like, there was this, there was like the American Experience about Harry Truman. There was like some pictures with when Harry Truman was vice president of like him playing the piano with Lauren Bacall. And you know who narrated that episode of the American Experience? And funny enough,
Who was it?
Jason Robards.
Oh my gosh. It's all full circle.
All full circle.
But actually, taking a look at her IMDb, I thought I knew a lot about Family Guy. She had a voice in Family Guy in 2014.
Wow.
Oh, neat.
That's amazing.
That-
I'm just totally shocked.
I didn't know Lauren Bacall was such a big fan of Family Guy.
It was a paycheck. It was a paycheck, and she would have been like, what?
Near the end of her life, so.
Yeah. I mean, she died in August of 2014. She was 89 years old at the time, so yeah.
She lived
Maybe
a long...
she just didn't know what Family Guy is. Yeah, okay, I'll take the check.
Or maybe she really liked Seth MacFarlane's standard stuff. Who knows?
Maybe. I mean, I don't know how much music she did, but if you haven't heard Seth MacFarlane sing, my gosh, he's got a set of pipes on him.
All right, let's continue with the cast.
Enough about Dinner at 8. I love we're just finding new entries just through sort of kind of randomly going through IMDb. All right. Playing Lupe that we mentioned earlier, Diana Ortelli.
Yeah, she doesn't even have a Wikipedia page.
Yeah, she's been in a lot of stuff. I see that she did a voice in Rocket Power for 13 episodes.
Yeah, Rocket Power, that's a big Nickelodeon show.
Yeah, that was big back in the day. Oh, she was a prostitute on Silk Stockings, which now airs 4 times a day on Z Living.
4 times a day on Z Living. So if you need your fix of eugenics, you can watch Silk Stockings on Z Living.
And they start at the beginning of the run. So yeah, you get your early eugenics, and then you get the USA post wrestling version.
Yeah, after Monday Night Raw, baby. Watch those two chicks. And by the way, as we're recording this, I'm watching SummerSlam right now on Peacock, so.
So you watch Monday Night Raw, and then watching Silk Stockings, you really get Raw. I'm sorry. Playing Elvis, Lupe's son, is Humberto Ortiz. And actually, Diana Ortelli and Humberto Ortiz, interestingly enough, they were both in Three Amigos.
Oh.
Yeah.
Classic Three Amigos.
Underrated. I know some people don't like it, but I loved Three Amigos.
Oh, I did too as a kid.
Oh, yeah. Even as an adult. But yeah, it's one of those underrated movies that from our childhoods, because, I mean, I know you're not that much younger than me, but I remember going to the theater back in like 86, 87 and seeing it. That was a great movie.
Oh, yeah, and they'd play it on HBO all the time when I was a kid.
And then last but not least among the regular cast was the groundskeeper Rick, who had the eyes, the hots for Lupe, played by Michael Richards.
Oh, yes. So you had Jackie Childs and you had Kramer.
Yeah, you had two of the key cast members from Seinfeld on this show. And we'll just keep it at that because, quoting Chico, we don't talk about Michael Richards. No, 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 no.
Although the Iron Sheik certainly has a lot to say about Michael Richards.
I want to let you know, Kermit, you no good low-life son of a bitch, a skinny bastard. I'm going to come, put you, suplex you, I'll put you in the camel clutch, and I'm going to your ass.
After that amazing clip from Sheiky, I think we just need to dive into the episodes.
Good.
Yes.
How can we top Sheiky, baby?
After that, I don't think we can. That was great. So we'll start with episode 1, called Diamond in the Roughage. Randolph buys a diamond ring to give to his wife for her birthday, but when he entrusts it to Alfred, he misplaces it. The staff embarks on a wild hunt to recover the ring. Hilarity ensues.
You know what they said when he lost the ring? Uh-oh.
Hey, more about that next week.
Yes.
Wink, wink, wink. Yes. We have a very, very amazing episode next week, tangentially related to that. I'm not going to give any details, but oh my gosh, it's going to be amazing. Stay tuned for that a week from Thursday. So that would be the 11th of August. That takes us to episode 2, called Puppy Love. Rick secretly gives Hillary a puppy named Albert. Soon everyone thinks Hillary is having a love affair with Albert the butler. Susan!
Uh-oh.
That never gets old. Well, we don't have any guest stars on this episode. One name that I noticed behind the scenes directing this episode is Rob Dames. He, among other things, produced Benson, Marblehead Manor. So again, 2 shows that Paxton Whitehead directed. But also, I remember his name from Wipeout. There's another Wipeout connection. Because I told you Paxton Whitehead produced at least one episode of Wipeout. About Rob Dames, IMDb says he was an executive producer on at least one episode of Wipeout, but I remember his name at the end of the show as a production partner with Woody Frazier. Episode 3 is titled Madam Butterfat. Not Madam Butterfly, Madam Butterfat. A visiting opera singer mistakenly believes Albert has a crush on her after she receives an anonymous love letter. The letter was not from Albert, but he must play along. First name among the guest stars, playing the opera singer. We've talked about her numerous times. Wendy Joe Sperver.
Oh, yes. Oh, we miss her so much.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we talked about her basically being the it girl for, I shouldn't say it girl, but the main female used on Fox's sitcoms in their first 3 to 4 years. And also we talked about her in American Dad.
Yeah.
Posthumously, I believe.
Yeah, posthumously. But also, let's not forget, she was Morty McFly's sister in Back to the Future.
We talked about her there as well, absolutely. And we're definitely going to talk about her in the future because she was on Babes.
Yep, Babes. Oh, your cat just walked in. Your cat just did a run-in.
Yeah, she's right behind me showing her backside to the camera.
I mentioned Back to the Future, and your cat's like, "Whoo, Back to the Future."
Oh, and in case you didn't see it last Thursday on Pressure Luck, the Doc Brown whammy. I was dead. That was unexpected and hilarious. And actually, if you didn't see last Thursday's episode, you got to watch it.
Oh, yes. I won't say anything, but oh my God.
That was on your seat, tension and anxiety. That was one of the most just thrilling things I ever saw. It was amazing. Amazing and heartbreaking at the same time. Go see Pressure Luck, the episode that aired on the 28th of July. All right, episode number 4 is entitled Safe at Home. Albert hears he will be fired, so he writes an insulting resignation letter. But when he hears the rumor was false, he has to get the letter back. That's why you just don't put your foot in your mouth when you think you're going to be fired, because it's just a rumor. And of course, hilarity ensued when he tried to get that letter back. No guest stars in that episode. We're going to go to episode 5, Good Impressions. To entertain an unexpected guest, Albert must impersonate Randolph, and everyone at the manor ends up as someone else. Okay. And also, Albert is unaware that the man is a potential business associate of Randolph's. So, eek. You don't want to make fun of a business associate, especially a millionaire business associate coming to do business with the manor, the head of the manor.
Oh, yeah.
And in that role as the business associate is Ethan Phillips. Ethan Phillips has done a little bit of everything. He was on 4 episodes of Girls on HBO.
Oh, hold on. You mentioned Girls, so we got to play the clip.
I wasn't paying that much attention to Girls to notice Soup was involved.
Oh, I don't either, but that's like a meme, Adam Driver saying good soup.
Okay. Well, since we always have to get a Star Trek reference in here, he did play on 168 episodes of Star Trek Voyager. He was Neelix.
Neelix!
Yeah.
That's great.
And also he was on 94 episodes of Benson as Pete Downey.
Pete Downey.
Looks like he was on most of the series up until the final season. Looks like his character was removed, killed off in 1985.
Okay.
So another connection to Benson here, since we already mentioned 2 people on the show that produced Benson.
We also talked about Ethan Phillips back in episode 150 in Not Another High School Show, where he delivered this great one-liner.
If someone ever offers you cocaine, you look him straight in the eye, and you say you need to sample the goods first. You don't want to get stuck with the cheap shit, do you, Jimmy?
Episode 6 is entitled The Fondle Workout. Not the Fonda Workout, the Fondle Workout.
Because get it! Jane Fonda's workout tapes were very popular back in 1987 and 88.
Yeah, it's the 80s. Jane Fonda workout was everything.
Wait. Wasn't there a Jane Fonda workout tape with Funhouse?
Yes, there was.
Yeah, I remember this.
I don't think there was one. I think there was at least two, maybe even three.
That's amazing. Jane Fonda and Funhouse. Two things that should not go together, but they did.
Lupe learns that Hillary wants to have a baby and becomes convinced that Jerry is the chosen father. Jerry being Phil Morris. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I'm not touching that with a forklift. All right. Moving on to episode 7, Full Dress. Albert must oversee a party and a funeral when the body of Randolph's recently deceased cousin is delivered while the staff prepares for the Stone Hills anniversary party. Oh my gosh, it's Weekend at Bernie's 2 years earlier.
Oh my God. Does it have the scene where from Weekend at Bernie's where Bernie's on the boat, but like he's skiing and he gets hit with the buoys and it makes the noise ding 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 ding?
Unless they have like a big lake in the backyard, I don't think so.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Episode, oh no, this is gonna bring back memories of a show that we added on the list like 2 years ago.
Oh no, what is it?
Episode 8 is I Led 3 Wives.
Oh, right, because I had 3 wives.
Right, but I think maybe in this case, wives and lives, but your mind went exactly where my mind went. I had 3 wives, yes. Dwayne leads the Stonehills into believing he is married, and when they wish to meet her, talks Jerry into becoming his pretend wife. Phil Morris is going to be the pretend wife. What the hell?
Wait, what? What? Phil Morris is going to be in drag this episode?
Apparently.
I don't want to see Phil Morris in drag.
You're one of the few. Oh my gosh. Oh my, I need to take a breather after that. Holy crap.
Oh my God.
In this episode, playing Jack Spivey is Wendell Wright. He's one of those people who made the rounds in the 70s, 80s, up until 2008. He's still with us. He's essentially that guy from that show, if you will.
All right.
Using terminology that we use around here. We may have talked about him in the past, though, because he was on an episode of The Powers of Matthew Starr.
Oh, The Powers of Matthew Starr.
Matthew Starr DOA. I don't think that was the one that I saw in a daze when I was like OD'd on antibiotics in the hospital. Sorry. All right.
Oh, that's a relief.
Glad to hear that. All right. Episode 9 is All in a Night's Work. KNIGHT. Not night as an opposite day. In order to impress Hillary, Randolph decides to stage a burglary in which he will catch the crooks and save the day. But things don't go as planned. Hilarity ensues, of course. And actually, Hillary ends up saving the day, all thanks to Randolph's ineptness, if you will. We'll call it ineptness. Episode 10 is titled Egg McGuffin. Oh my God. Egg McGuffin.
Egg McGuffin. Because get it? It's Egg McMuffin, but also McGuffin is a common term in the movies.
Yeah. Randolph decides to auction off a jeweled egg, which was from Albert, a family heirloom he gave as collateral for a loan Randolph never paid back. That's really nice if he was given an egg as collateral for a loan. Those jeweled eggs, Fabergé eggs, are not cheap.
Oh, no.
No guess there, so we'll go to episode 11, An Ant Hill for Hillary. And the word ant is A-U-N-T. So, or an aunt hill for Hillary.
Aunt hill.
Aunt hill or ant hill. Randolph asks Hillary and Albert to play host to his hostile aunt. Otherwise, he will lose his company. The hostile aunt. This is a name, and it's not even a name from television. The one and only Natalie Cole.
Oh, yes, Natalie Cole.
What do we need to say besides daughter of Nat King Cole and unforgettable? I mean, that would be.
Oh yeah,
about 3 to 4 years away at this point.
Oh yeah, and that's one of the most amazing. It's an incredible piece of technology that they had, like that, with her dad, who had been long since passed away.
Oh yeah, I mean, if you've seen the video, that is amazing for 30-plus-year-old technology.
Oh man.
And unfortunately, she's not with us any longer.
Yeah.
We did lose her. Yeah, we did lose her in 2015.
Man, I can't believe it's been that long. Wow.
Well, she died on December 31st of 2015, so it's been about 6.5 years. But still, yeah, legend. Legend, and not even a legend for acting, really. Episode 12 is entitled Ballet Russe, or Ruse, R-U-S-E. Not like Russian ballet. If it's called Ballet Russe, it has to do with the Russians. Oh, look at this. KGB agents attempt to capture Rick, who is the exact double of a defecting Soviet ballet dancer. And remember, Rick is Michael Richards. So he has a doppelganger out there
so there's
a Russian.
So there's a Michael Richards that does ballet.
In some parallel universe or in Russia, yeah.
He's on par with Baryshnikov.
And I should add that the KGB have orders to bring back the dancer to the USSR. So Michael Richards may be going on a vacation. He may be doing the Brittany Griner thing.
He may be going back to the USSR. Oh,
jeez.
Oh, no. Look, Mike, we got some serious issues right now going with Fresher in the world right now. The last thing we need to do is cause an international incident over an episode from 35 years ago of Marblehead Manor.
Back in the USS, back in the USS, back in the USSR. Oh, no. Oh, I'm not saying anything about Brittany Griner. We're just going to move on.
Good.
Yeah. Moving on to episode 13. Oh my gosh, this is another episode title, which is a pun, and I hate it so much. T for tuba. T for tuba. While the Stonehills are on vacation, a valuable urn is smashed. The staff turn the manor into a hotel in order to raise enough money to replace the urn. Oh my gosh. We do have 2 guests on this episode. One minor, one that I know Greg will appreciate. Playing Gretel in this episode is Judith Marie Bergen. We talked about her previously on Domestic Life. She was Candy Crane.
Oh.
Yeah. I think that was Martin Mull's wife.
Yes.
If I remember correctly, yeah. But a bigger name, at least I think to me and Greg, playing Hansel in this episode is Ray Burke. Greg, he played Pap Schmear in the Naked Gun movies.
Oh, yes. Pap Schmear in the Naked Gun movies.
And he was on a 1996 episode of Wings.
Wait a minute. What did you just say?
Oh, he was on 7 episodes of Silk Stockings. Is that what you're talking about?
No. The other thing. What did you say?
Oh, 1996 episode of some show that was on NBC.
What was it called?
It rhymed with rings.
Oh, you mean Wings? Well, Mike, I'm going to tell you something. And you know what? This is... Okay. I've never told anybody this. Ever.
Uh-huh.
I've never told anybody this. So, okay. I hope you're sitting down.
I'm secure and in my seat, yes.
I love Wings.
You're kidding.
No. And you know why I love wings?
Because clearly it made Crystal Bernard's career.
Well, yes. But it also made Tony Shalhoub's career.
Son of a gun. Oh my gosh. I did not know that. And now I do. Almost 300 episodes into this podcast.
Yeah, I never told anybody this. I'm glad. This is the first time I've ever said it.
I'm glad you got it off your chest. But yeah, he was also on 7 episodes of Silk Stockings. Looks like around 1994, 1995. So that would be the 4th season. They would have been on USA by that point. I can't believe we have a Pap Schmear reference in here. Oh, that's great. All right, we're moving on to episode 14, which is entitled Starstruck. A jealous Randolph arranges to chaperone a dinner that Hillary is having with an old flame of hers, a Hollywood megastar. That megastar was played by Jay Ingram, and he does not have anything really of note in his career. Outside of, looks like 7 episodes of Days of Our Lives, 8 episodes of Edge of Night, and he appeared on an episode of Riptide, one of our favorites.
Oh, Riptide's great.
Oh, that was superb.
It was all about that robot.
And Decades just did a weekend binge maybe about 6 weeks ago of Riptide. Oh, that had the most 80s opening ever. Opening sequence. And of course, that was the Stephen J. Cannell show. Do.
Hold on, let me.
Oh no, you're not gonna do it again.
I'm gonna. I just got this. It's just these little yellow.
All right. Episode 15, titled The Ladies Not for Spurning. Albert finds himself pursued by a vamp whom he once had a brief encounter with while on holiday in Hawaii. And playing the vamp in question is Victoria Carroll, primarily known as a voice actress. Did voices for Problem Child, the cartoon, Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, DuckTales, The 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo, Shirt Tales, and she did voice work in 13 episodes of The Incredible Hulk. Specifically, looks like the final season, 82-83. Episode 16 is Baby on Board. Because remember, that was really big in the day, the Baby on Board signs. A lot of 80s references here. Rick is mystified by a toddler that Lupe had agreed to babysit. He is convinced it's an alien being. Space alien, not the other type of alien. No guests of note in that episode, so we'll go to episode 17. Now for a rebuttal. With rebuttal spelled R-E-B-U-T-L-E, as in the butler. Albert asks Jerry to fill in as butler so he can attend a wedding. But Jerry does such a great job, Albert is worried he may be replaced. Moving on to episode 18, Chinny Chin Chum. Randolph sends Rick out to pick up lunch for his guests, but Rick returns with a pig that was stolen from a local college. How does that happen? How does that happen? He's going to get lunch. He returns with a pig stolen from a local college, like a mascot. I think this is like Oinky on The Simpsons or whatever it was. Or no, was Oinky The Simpsons or was that Futurama where they stole the pig? I think it was Futurama.
Yeah, the pig on The Simpsons from the Simpsons movie wasn't his name
Spider Pig.
Spider Pig, then he was Harry Plopper.
Yeah, Harry Plopper, yeah. So this sounds a little like the premise of an episode of Futurama where Fry and his college roommates steal a pig, the mascot, from a rival college. Oh my gosh. But hey, we got a name in this episode. Playing Cookie, the one and only Charo.
Coochie Coochie! Coochie Coochie!
And if you don't know who Charo is, you're probably like 25.
Yeah, but she's a legend.
She's absolutely a legend, yes. And in this episode, playing a police officer is Cliff Bemis. He has one of those lengthy careers, but just looking at his credits, he played Al Bundy's dad, a ghost of Al Bundy's dad, I should say, in a last season episode of Married with Children. One of the few hilarious moments from that final season. But also, it looks like he appeared on 5 episodes of Newhart. Looks like the final season. He was a semi-regular character. Episode 19 is titled Randolph's Mom. The staff must think of a plan to prevent Randolph's mother from selling the manor. And playing Randolph's mother is Carol Bruce. She portrayed Mama Carlson, Lillian Carlson, on both WKRP in Cincinnati and the new WKRP in Cincinnati. Lillian Carlson would have been Arthur Carlson's mom. Arthur Carlson, of course, Gordon Jump. So Carol Bruce played Gordon Jump's mom.
Well, I hope she stayed the hell away from that bike shop.
Yeah, that's a different universe. This is WKRP versus Different Strokes, but yeah. Hopefully your son didn't invest in a bike shop at any point on WKRP.
Well, obviously not, because he was on the new WKRP Gordon Jump, so.
True. That takes us to episode 20. Come Flew With Me. Not Come Fly With Me, Come Flew With Me.
Oh.
I think just by that groan and also that title, you almost can predict what this episode is about, and you're right. Hillary and Albert must run the entire manor by themselves when everybody else has come down with the flu. They're getting predictable in their title naming at this point, I think. Yeah, they're going for puns, but when I saw Come Flew With Me, it's like, oh, people get the flu, hilarity ensues. Episode 21 is titled Amusing Grace. Not Amazing Grace, Amusing Grace. Rick decides to withdraw himself from high society after embarrassing Hillary in public. Episode 22 is titled Button Your Bow. An old lover of Lupe shows up at the manor who was involved at one time with Hillary. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
And playing that bow, named Juan Caballero, we have talked about him plenty. Legend, Luis Avalos.
Oh, yeah. Talked about him in Condo.
Talked about him in Condo. He played Pyramid quite a bit back in the 80s. He was on The Electric Company. Absolutely. And I'm sure we're going to talk about him again at some point. And I think he also, looking at, again, IMDb, it looks like he may have been the superior to 1, 1, 1, 2, and 1, 3 on the last season of Soap.
Wow!
It always goes back to the ones on this podcast.
Oh, yeah. It's always going to go back to the wands here.
Absolutely. And actually, oh my gosh, Greg, since we just talked about this maybe about 15, 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
He was on, hold on. He was on 5 episodes of I Had 3 Wives.
Yeah, because he was the, wasn't he like the captain to Victor Garber's character on I Had 3 Wives?
The lieutenant, yeah.
The lieutenant on I Had 3 Wives.
Oh my gosh.
You know what? We have to cover that. We have to cover I Had 3 Wives. If we can cover A League of Their Own 1993, we can do I Had 3 Wives.
Oh my gosh. And also he was a semi-regular on E/R, not the George Clooney series that's a drama, the George Clooney series that's a comedy.
The George Clooney ER that's a comedy with Jason Alexander. Of course, it would be right before he made it big with that McDLT commercial.
Right. That takes us to episode 23. Oh no, not another pun. Gorilla My Dreams.
Did you say gorilla?
I said gorilla.
Don't you mean gorilla?
Hold on, I'm sorry. Whoa, I'm sorry. Did you hear that? My Nugenics just went off.
Your Nugenics is...
This damn meter.
But also, hang on a second. Did you say gorilla?
Whether the blood sugar monitor went off or not, I did say gorilla.
No, you mean gorilla.
Oh, gorilla. Yes.
That's how Mike Francesa calls it. Gorilla.
Could you imagine if that was your child in there? You're going to have people who are going to say, wait a second, I'm worried about the gorilla? When your kid's in there, basically maybe seconds from having his head crushed. We live in a world now where you are going to be more concerned with the gorilla than you are the little boy? What's wrong with you people?
Oh, my gosh. The plot of this episode is when the Stonehills throw a costume party, Randolph forces Rick to masquerade as him in a gorilla suit while he goes to play poker. A real gorilla shows up and complicates things. There are no guests of note in this episode. Directing this episode, how about another connection to Benson, since we've already made a couple with the other directors of the show, with Rob Dames and Paxton Whitehead. Directing this episode, and this would be right around the time Star Trek TNG started, Rene Auberjonois.
Well, yeah, but later on it'd be Deep Space Nine, but still
in the Star Trek family.
Yes.
And I'm not a big Star Trek fan, so I'm pretty glad I knew Rene Auberjonois was in something Star Trek.
In Deep Space Nine. Oh, he was also in Star Trek 6. He was one of the Federation people that was responsible for that conspiracy to kill the Klingon president. Oh, by the way, as we're recording this, David Warner, who played the Klingon president in Star Trek 6, who we talked about in SOS Titanic way back when, sadly passed away. Yeah, I know. A legend, but we'll talk more about David Warner at the end of the year with the Year in Review show. A long storied career. We'll miss him here. It was a thing on TV, but
absolutely,
yeah. Yes.
I need to mention the person who played the person in the gorilla suit, Destructo the Gorilla.
What?
That's the name, Destructo the Gorilla.
Destructo the Gorilla.
And this is actually a person. They go by the moniker Carrot, Carrotte. And the only reason I'm mentioning that is because Carrot was in a movie called Frankenhooker as a puppeteer.
Oh, yes, I know all about Frankenhooker.
I've heard of it. I've never seen it.
Yes. I've heard of the movie.
This must have been one of those that went straight to VHS or basic cable, because I see nobody in this cast that I recognize outside of Louise Lasser from Mary Hartman.
Yes.
But I've heard of Frankenhooker. Okay. Oh my gosh, I need a palate cleanser. Let's get to the last episode. That may clean it off. Episode 24, If You Knew Sushi. Oh, jeez. I think I know where this is going. And so it's sushi, so it's got to be something Japanese. Oh, no. The manor is turned into a Japanese tea house for one of Randolph's clients, with Albert playing the part of a geisha girl. Oh, my gosh. That's the jokes.
You mentioned Albert as a geisha girl, and that's when it goes off.
Okay, that wasn't the Nugenics. I'm sorry about that. Oh my gosh, that was awkward timing. Oh my gosh. We do have a name in this episode as one of those Japanese clients. Oh my gosh, I think we need to pray for this one. Playing Asuo Asano is Ernest Harada. Greg, take a seat, because this one's going to blow you away.
Okay.
He played Mr. Fuji on Hulk Hogan's Rock and Wrestling.
Yes!
You get the Mr. Fuji, and you got the Hulk Hogan's Rock and Wrestling. That's a double win for you right there.
We have to cover that. Hold on a second. You know what? The week of WrestleMania, we're covering Hulk Hogan's Rock and Wrestling.
So yeah, that's the series. And I think it's no surprise that it only lasted one season. Well, one season of original run, I should say, because again, doing research like I do from time to time, this actually ran in once a week rerun syndication, at least here in Cleveland, from 1988 to 1990. I didn't even know it ran in syndication, or reran in syndication, I should say. I just remember it from Primetime Begins at 7:30. And if you haven't heard that episode, that lasted all of one season. Because A, people weren't used to watching primetime sitcoms at 7:30, but also B, it probably got its butt handed to them by TV shows including Entertainment Tonight, Wheel of Fortune, Jeopardy. So yeah, it just doesn't bode well, especially when you have those types of shows airing at the 7:30 slot. And at least one of them, if not two of them, had to be running at that time at 7:30 during the Primetime Begins at 7:30 block. Like here, since we have a proper schedule, we had Jeopardy at 7:30. And Greg, his schedule isn't as good as ours. He gets Wheel of Fortune at 7:30.
Hold on a second. Listen, as B and Chico say, if the ABC owned and operated affiliates say that the proper order is Jeopardy at 7 and Wheel at 7:30, then are you going to doubt the Walt Disney Corporation? Are you going to doubt them by saying that the proper right order is Jeopardy at 7, Wheel at 7:30? No.
Heck yeah. I hate the mouse.
Fool this man!
But also, it is a proper way of doing it. Wheel of Fortune is your sort of get your brain warmed up.
Excuse me. Excuse me. You do not eat dessert before dinner.
No, you're correct. You have dessert at the end. Dessert is Jeopardy. That's your brain game.
No. You have the full course meal, which is Jeopardy, and then you have the dessert in Wheel of Fortune. Jeopardy is a full course meal for your brain.
You're wrong, but I respect you. So yeah, unfortunately, due to primetime being at 7:30, if you had that going on, which happened with the NBC O&Os at that point, it just got smothered by the competition. Plus also, as we mentioned in Primetime Begins at 7:30, 4 of the 5 shows in that block just weren't that good. Marblehead Manor was not that good. We talked about We Got It Made. As much as we love it, there's a reason it only lasted one season in its return. And you can't take it with you. They tried. She's the Sheriff. Well, actually, She's the Sheriff, I think, did have syndicated episodes. So I think it did last a season and a half or 2 seasons. So 2 shows survived from the Primetime Begins at 7:30 experiment. And the best show of all was Out of This World. And as we said, it ran for like 3 seasons. And again, I'm showing my bias because Steve Burton was my Little League coach back in 1984. Greg, you'll love this. That was the season I got no hits.
No hits.
No hits. My batting average was 0.000, but my on-base percentage, I had the most walks in the league. I was a picky son of a bitch.
You were the Joey Gallo of your Little League team.
No, I'm not the Joey Gallo because I don't know if I could hit a home run. I had just no. I shouldn't say I'm the Anthony Rizzo of my league, but that might be more apt. But you're not wrong. Joey Gallo, horrible batting average. I didn't even know he walks that much.
That's why the Yankees dumped him.
Wait, they dropped Gallo?
Yeah, I think, did they drop Gallo?
I hadn't heard about that. I didn't know if he was DFA'd or if they traded him.
Hold on. If we do, then we're going to hold on. Oh, he's pretty much done. He's just, Joey Gallo pretty much is, MSN. The New York Yankees, Joey Gallo has resigned himself to the fact that he'll be suiting up with a different team after the August 2nd trade deadline. Gallo doesn't feel great about his tenure with the Yankees. In the year since he was acquired by New York in July 2021 with the Texas Rangers, Gallo has a 159 batting average with 194 strikeouts in 139 games.
Joey Gallo is like the Rob Deere of our generation. Low batting average, but can hit the ball a mile.
Dave Kingman hit better than that when he was with the Mets.
Oh, Dave Kingman was great. Absolutely.
Dave Kingman at least hit 220.
He did. You're not wrong. He was another big power hitter, but like 220, 230 for an average for his career. Well, Joey Gallo certainly isn't going to get traded at the deadline between his stats and his contract, so he's got to be DFA'd. And I don't know who'd touch him because his batting average has sucked his entire career. A little update. Since we originally recorded this, Joey Gallo has been traded to the Los Angeles Dodgers for a Double-A pitcher with horrible stats. He's batting $159. Oh my gosh.
194 strikeouts.
He's hit 201 in his career. He has hit 201 in his career. I just have to repeat that. He gets a hit every 5 at bats. He is successful 20% of the time. Oh no, that's crazy.
Hold on, I gotta show you. When you Google Joey Gallo, this is literally the first thing, and people also ask, has Joey Gallo been traded from the Yankees? Gallo still with the Yankees?
Has Joey Gallo been traded from the Yankees? Oh my god.
And
Well, Benintendi, because the Red Sox traded Benintendi to the Royals about 2 years ago, doing really well in the playoffs in October versus the Red Sox, because the Red Sox traded Benintendi to the Royals about 2 years ago. And of course, you don't want a former Red Sox coming to bite you in the butt. That is great.
What? I gotta look up when the last time Joey Gallo got a hit. He got a hit on July 22nd against the Orioles.
That's over a week ago.
A week ago. And the last hit before that, I think he may have had a home run against the Red Sox on the 17th.
Okay, so he's only had one hit since the All-Star break, as of the time we're recording this. That's 3 series. Oh my gosh.
I love that we took a break from discussing the end of Marblehead Manor to talk about Joey Gallo.
He'll end up with some cellar dweller. There's no chance he's going to a good team or even a semi-good team, not with that 201 batting average for his career. And he's only 28, which is amazing. He's been around for like 8 seasons at this point.
8 seasons, and he can barely get over the Mendoza line.
That's bad. And he's got how many millions from the Yankees and the Rangers? Oh, he was paid really, really well, I think, 2 or 3 seasons ago with the Rangers. But yeah, that's Marblehead Manor in a nutshell with a little bit of Joey Gallo sprinkled in between. There was just very little chance any of the 5 shows that aired in the Primetime Begins at 7:30 block being renewed. And amazingly, She's the Sheriff was one of them. And we're going to cover that one day, I hope. But yeah, the Out of This World is by far the best of the bunch. And the other 3 are sort of footnotes to history, unfortunately. Or fortunately. And as one might expect, Marblehead Manor is not streaming anywhere. And Marblehead Manor is not available on DVD.
It's probably a good thing.
I should amend that a little bit. There are Marblehead Manor DVDs, but they're not official. They're just DVDs made from recordings that somebody recorded 35 years ago.
That they're probably selling on ioffer.com or somewhere.
Yeah, there's ways to get it. I know there are through some of these websites, but yeah, you're not going to see Marblehead Manor get a proper release. And it's not streaming anywhere right now, so you might want to go to YouTube to find some episodes of not terribly legal quality, let's say. The only way you're going to see these episodes is via video sites like YouTube and Dailymotion. So I think that's it. What do we have to say about Marblehead Manor? It tried. It had a good cast. Hilarity ensued somewhat. But when your main competition is Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune and PM Magazine and Entertainment Tonight, unfortunately, your show becomes just a thing on TV.
Yeah. But Mike?
Yeah?
You said you don't have anything for eBay Price is Right.
I was going to do some stuff, but no, I'm not going to do eBay Price is Right. But what do you have?
I have something for...
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Thank you, Susan. I got something for non-eBay Price is Right.
Oh, play that sexy sax music.
So, Mike, this is going to be a little different. So, we are going to do this one right price style, like you did with me that one time. But what you are bidding on is, now, as you know, the Brooklyn Cyclones, the Mets minor league team in Brooklyn, does an annual tribute to Seinfeld night.
Yeah.
They had this special pin for their Seinfeld tribute night that you can buy on the team store online for the Brooklyn Cyclones right now. This is what it is. This is the pin. It is a silhouette of Jackie Childs.
Oh, that is cool.
Yes.
Yeah, what it is it's a rectangular pin with Brooklyn Cyclones in the Seinfeld logo typeface with a red background. And yeah, that Jackie Childs sort of caricature. Yeah. And this is available in the team shop.
Yes. Either online or at the Brooklyn Cyclones team store. So, okay. So I'm going to give you 3 prices, and you're going to guess what the price is, okay?
All right.
$5.99, $6.99, or $7.99.
Oh, that's tough. I thought you'd spread it out a little more, but that's fine. I'm going to say $7.99 just based on similar pins I've seen, not obviously Brooklyn Cyclones or Jackie Childs, but similar pins because I see that that backing, and I know I've bought pins from that company at like Progressive Field and some minor league team stores. So we'll go $7.99.
You're off by $1, $6.99.
I was thinking about it, but that just didn't seem like a nice round price. $7 when you could pay $6 or $8, but I'd buy that.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'd do with it, but I'd buy that.
Oh, yeah. And also, if you go to the Brooklyn Cyclones team shop online, you could get this. Hold on. You could get the official Brooklyn Marble Rye hat from New Era.
The Marble Rye hat. Oh, no.
And I own this. I'm a proud owner of a Brooklyn Marble Rye hat, which is basically the scene where George has the Marble Rye from the fish hook. And apparently, this logo, the Marble Rye, has hands.
I don't get that.
I don't get that. I guess it's stealth sneaking in. But he's trying. I think it's stealth sneaking up. I don't know the point of this logo, but it's hilarious. And it's got goggles for some reason. The Marble Rye has goggles.
Looking at that hat, I can hear Estelle Harris. I can hear Estelle Harris and Jerry Stiller driving with George in the car going to the dinner. Oh my gosh.
We're gonna
plenty
go get a Marble Ride Snitzes. We're gonna teach them some taste.
And looking at that, it looks like unless you're 7 5/8 or 7 3/4, they got your size hat in stock. So they even have my big melon head an 8 in stock or a 7 7/8. Well, that price though is a little high, but.
Well, I already have I'm 7 5/8, but I already have the hat though, so I don't even.
You're taken care of.
I'm taken care of. So I'm sorry for the rest of you fellow 7 5/8ers, but yeah. You know what's also so funny is that freaking Susan's dad in that episode of Seinfeld is played by Warren Frost, who's the father of Twin Peaks co-creator Mark Frost, and you know he was on Twin Peaks.
I think we've talked about that at some point. Maybe not on the show, but we definitely talked about that.
But you know what that means?
What does that mean?
He's the grandson of Lucas Giolito from the White Sox.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Lucas Giolito is related to the creator of Twin Peaks.
Yeah, Mark Frost, that's his uncle. The co-creator. So whenever you think of Lucas Giolito, remember his uncle created Twin Peaks with David Lynch.
Well, I'm sorry to say, the Guardians faced Lucas Giolito last weekend, and Giolito just absolutely sucked.
Well, he does have a no-hitter, though.
He has a no-hitter, absolutely.
He's in the club of people that James McCann caught with a no-hitter, with Tyler McGill, all the other Mets who threw that combined no-hitter, and Edwin Diaz. Sadly, I do not have. If this was a video podcast, we'd insert the clip of Mr. and Mrs. Met playing the trumpets for Edwin Diaz.
Yeah, Giolito last week, 6 earned runs in 3 innings. Not a good outing for him.
All right.
Oh, and also, whoa, I'm looking at the box score. You know what happened in the first inning against Giolito?
Oh, let me guess. You're going to say that you won the trade. Well, guess what, Mike? The joke's on you because Francisco Lindor homered tonight and he had another RBI, so he had 2 RBIs. And guess who also won the game? Carlos Carrasco.
I do have a response. That person who homered off of Giolito also homered today. 3 RBIs.
Yeah, like that matters. Francisco Lindor also homered. So, like, that's better. But hey, who's in first place, baby? Who's in first place? Who's in... Get past the Jobber twins. Get back to me. You can't even get past the team that the Yankees sweep in 3 games every year.
Well, the Guardians are only a game and a half back right now. But yeah, he did have 3 RBIs and a home run today. And I think he's up to like almost 50 RBIs.
Oh, 50 RBIs. Oh, 50 RBIs. Oh.
Yeah, 49, yes.
49. Oh, hold on a second. 40 RBIs, my ass.
49!
49 RBIs. Lindor's almost at 70. 49 RBIs. Don't give me that.
Okay, well, you know, when you're basically batting after like Franmil Reyes, there's not many opportunities to get RBIs.
Oh, bull.
Also, please remember, Andres Jimenez started at second base for the AL this year.
Yeah, big honking asterisks on that. Big honking asterisks. Freaking because Altuve didn't play. Big whoop. You know what? We need a shirt that says big honking asterisk. If we sold shirts, that would be like one of the shirts we'd sell. Big honking asterisks. And it'd be a big asterisk.
Well, Greg, I know a way to end this show right now.
Did we say that this was the thing on TV?
No, yeah, I did say that.
Okay.
But I also need to remind you, what is the 49 RBIs by Andres Jimenez multiplied by 6. It's 294. That's how many shows we've done, and you can listen to all of them at itwasathingontv.com. Can you believe I intertwined Andres Jimenez into...
This is how sad you are. This is how sad you are that you have to feel better about your freaking jobber team that can't get past the jobber twins. But okay, yeah, you can listen to all the previous episodes of this. You can listen to our live shows or our past mini-sodes. Hey, now that I'm done with all my summer stuff at the time this is being released, me and Chico, we're going to do that live watch of Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan that we've been promising. And also, we're going to go through the rest of Obi-Wan Kenobi on Disney+. So we did the first 2 episodes a while back. We still got 4 more to go. So that'll be something to look forward to. And also, Andor coming on Disney Plus from Star Wars. I can't wait for that. And we're at all the socials at It Was a Thing on TV, except for Facebook, because the Iron Sheik threatened to humble Mark Zuckerberg up the you-know-where. We're at It Was a Thing on TV podcast.
And don't forget, on YouTube, find us there. Subscribe to us. Hit that notification bell. And when you hit that bell, you're going to be kept up to date with our recent uploads at YouTube. And coming next week, all right, we already referred to this throughout this episode, it seems. It looks like we talked about it probably 2-3 times. But next week, we have a very special episode related to, well, not even really related to somebody that we talked about quite a bit on the podcast. And even this person isn't even in this episode, but we're celebrating this person's birthday with this episode. And if you've listened to our podcast long enough, you may have an idea as to either what we're covering next week or why we're covering that show next week. Also, to begin the week, we're going to talk about one of UPN's series in the late 90s that really, when you hear the name, it invokes an image, and the series, to be honest, has nothing to do with that image. No, seriously. I thought this series was something totally different because I didn't really see it back in the day. But also, we have a mini-sode next week, and it's about one of the not necessarily famous incidents in daytime TV history, almost one of the most infamous moments. And I think it was actually cut out when it originally aired, but over the last 25 years, it's been rerun plenty of times on a variety of networks. So we'll give you 2 episodes next week, and we're going to give you a mini-sode next week right here on It Was a Thing on TV. Chico, we miss you, but I hope we held down the fort for you pretty well. Greg, thank you as always. We will see you next week with 2 great episodes and a great mini-sode. Roar for us, Greg.
Wow!
Blanche is depressed, Rose.
Do you think she's depressed about Rebecca?
No, Rose. She's depressed because Marblehead Manor is only on once a week.
Timing is everything in a farce, hence the failure of Marblehead Manor.